guys, it's April. I am sharing a free file with everybody in the group today. This is a trifold card for fall. I've set it up. Now you can go in and you can change the elements, but I've already sized and gotten everything together. These images are Design Space images. If you don't have access, you may need to go in and swap them out. If you don't want to use these same images, that's fine. But this one I added an element to and flattened it and got it ready. This was already flattened, but I took another part of that cartridge and sized up a panel for the back of it. And it's going to look like it doesn't fit, but it will fit because these pieces are going to cut separate. And that's one of the things I wanted to talk about with print and cut. Whenever you can see the grid behind your print and cut, that is area that will be eliminated from your print and cut, okay? Now you're going to have a little gray square in there. I believe it's gray. Anyway, it's just a square tilted like this off to its side. You're going to upload your photo. You're going to click upload, upload, and find your photo and upload it. And then you're going to crop it and slice it into a square that will fit in here. I believe if I don't rotate this one, it is... Let's see. Yeah, 2¼ inches, somewhere around there, 2.228 if I look at it correctly. But you're going to crop it and get it to fit whatever you want. Now you can upload as a pattern and then go in and edit that. If you go in to do that as a pattern, you're going to come up here to print and you're going to say no fill. I'm sorry, you're going to say print, not no fill. And then you're going to select your color right here. Yours is going to be gray in that file. And then you're going to come up here to color and go to pattern. So if you upload your photo as a pattern, then you can take that in and then you can see here that this is tiling. You can go in to edit your pattern and you can adjust that and get it to fit into the square like you want it, and then you can put that in there. So whatever it is that you want your photo to be, you can upload it and crop it down by slicing a square out of it. On mobile, it may not let you crop it, so you don't have patterns. So you may just want to cut a photo to 2¼ inch, whatever you want to do to get that if you're on mobile. But once you have it, and I'm just going to go back to undo on this since I want you guys to see everything that goes on. And that's not a complete square on mine. I skewed it. Yours is a square. But anyway, I have this this little cake picture, and I'm going to set it in there. And that looks about right. And I'm going to arrange it. I'm just going to move it backward one just so I get a good border on it. And then I'm going to bring in and arrange, move this to the front. And this is the little memories thing. And that was a print and cut already designed. And then I'm going to select all of that. When I select it all, if you see in the layers panel, I have the memories selected, the photo frame, my photo, and then the back of the photo frame. They're all in gray. I'm going to select them all and flatten them all together, and then it's going to become one flattened print and cut. When you get one piece here, that's telling you that it's going to print it just like you see it, and then it's just going to cut the outside shape. If you have more than one layer after you flatten, you have not flattened it properly, and it's going to, like if this memories is showing down here as a cut and print and a cut and print right up under it, that means that it's going to cut that square, then it's going to cut this memories because it's not flattened properly. So make sure you select everything and then you flatten it. Then you're going to go over and hit make it after you save, of course. And out of one 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, you're going to get all your print and cuts for this file. So you're going to go ahead and you're going to print it. And I have set this card up so that it only takes one sheet of your color paper or your green paper, and it takes a half a sheet of your cream colored and then one sheet of 8.5 by 11. So once you've got everything laid out like you want it, you're going to hit continue, and then you're going to send it to printer. Now when a lot of people come over here and they say, oh, it looks all weird, when they look at it because you've got fuzzy edges and all that. That is your bleed. The only time I turn off bleed is when I cut on clear material, like a water slide or acetate. Other than that, you want to leave that bleed on because it's going to make those edges fuzzy, so that if your print and cut is off just a little bit over here, that you have a nice colored edge all the way around and you don't have a white area showing here and none over here. So that bleed is going to help you. Now if you're doing it printing on clear material, it won't matter. You can turn that bleed off. The system dialog is very important, guys. This is where you set up your printer with Design Space to print and do your print and cuts like you need it to do. So you want to turn that on if you haven't used it before, and go in and check your settings. And then you're going to hit print. And then you can see that it's just going to sit here and spin, that nothing's happening. It depends on your printer. I have an Epson. Some of them, I think HPs, will pop up on the top here. But if you don't see your window, slide down just slightly. And you can see this right here, this box print. I'm going to pull it right up here. And it just pops up behind the Design Space window with some of them. I don't know why. Hopefully they'll fix that for us in the future. It used to pop up in front. But it's telling me that I'm going to be using this printer. You have other printers and stuff, it's going to be on there. And I'm using my default settings. I have one copy, one page. If you want to do black and white, I don't think it will change it here. I've never tried it. There was no need to. Two-sided I don't use here. It's right here, media and quality. And your dialog box may look different from mine. Go in and look at these so that you know what settings you're looking at. But mine just comes to media and quality. And then I'm going to go to my rear tray. And as I usually tell people when they ask about printers, if you're going to be printing a lot of craft material, you want a printer that has a rear feed tray or a pass-through feed. And what that means is your paper does not have to go around a set of rollers when you select those modes to pass that material through. If you have to put the material through and go around a roller, your thicker materials like cardstock and things like that, or Cricut sticker paper, not the clear one, but the other, the white one. Some of those materials are thicker and they will jam in your printer if it has to go around a roller. If you have the rear or the pass-through tray, it should go through without any problems. Now mine has another option on it, and I'm going to go in here and select heavyweight paper. Most printers now have a photo paper or something. You can pick matte photo paper, something that's thicker, and that will allow your printer to adjust a little bit to accept that paper, maybe even envelope. I don't know how yours is set up, but I'm just going to use heavyweight paper. I don't have a problem with that. The next most important thing is that you change your print quality to best. And I like to tell everybody, print your first one. You don't have to do the first one on best. You can do it as normal and print it on just a regular sheet of copy paper. Make sure and cut it. Make sure that your print and cut is not off and that you don't need to calibrate it. If it's cutting fine and leaving the right edge and not cutting all funky, then you're good to go. If it is cutting funky, you want to go in and calibrate your print and cut. And you can do that right here under these 3 lines in the canvas, okay? And go in and calibrate your print and cut and just follow the on-screen prompts. So now that we have everything set up, then you're going to click print. Don't worry about this same PDF and hide details and all that. That is not used here. But if you wanted to print it to a PDF, then I guess you could, but I don't need to do that. I'm just going to print regular. So I'm just going to click print, and then it's going to send it over to my printer and it's going to print it. Of course, now I'm going to cancel that because I've already done mine. And I'm just going to quit that. And then we're going to come back over here. Next, you want to put it on your mat and cut it, and for whatever materials that you're using. Now I'm going to go over to the overhead camera. You're going to finish cutting your project, and then we'll come back to the print and cut step from the overhead. Okay guys, here we are at the overhead, and I've already cut mine, but when it prints out, it's going to print out with everything in place, of course, and you're just going to put that on your mat and send it into your Cricut. This is the most important part, and this is one of the reasons why we select best print quality. This is your registration mark. This is why we have a print and cut limitation of 6.75 by 9.25. Now you can fit whatever you want to fit in that area. Sometimes your box will be small. If you're just printing one piece, you may just have a small registration box, okay? So it's going to vary according to how many images that you have in that registration in your print and cut as to how big that registration box is. But your maximum area for print and cut is 6.75 by 9.25. So you're just going to let it cut, and it should cut out perfectly just like this, okay? And now I did print this on white paper, and I sometimes don't like my edges to be perfectly stark white when I'm doing that. So I will take Copic markers close to the color of my image, and I will just go along those edges and color it on my, because I've already done these, so I just did it on this scrap, just so I don't have that white edge. Totally up to you, and it's just a decorative element. If you want to do something like that, you can, and I have done it to most of my pieces. Now don't pay attention to this one because I accidentally ripped it just before the video, but it's not going to be seen. I'm going to fix it so it's covered. But I went around a couple of my images and did that. So now we have all of our card pieces over here. We're just going to set those elements to the side, and we're going to fold our card base. And this is some, I think this is Cricut cardstock, guys. I'm not going to swear to it. And yes, this is off a little. It's not your eyes deceiving you. You're going to see a little area here. It's just fold on your score and trust it. Okay. Actually, I want to fold it straight though. And I'm just going to take my bone folder and give it a good press. I really don't know if this is Cricut cardstock or not. I have a little smudge on there. Hopefully I can hide that. But it is very, very, very close to the Julep cardstock from Close to My Heart. And there's a link down below for that. Let's see. I know it's in here. And the other color is really close to the paprika color. So if you're looking for colors that will coordinate, you can find those. Oh, I know it's in here. All of a sudden it doesn't want to pop out at me. There we go. And this is the Julep from Close to My Heart. And on one side it's lighter than the other. And I'm using the lighter side. So I know this is not Close to My Heart because it doesn't have the darker side. But you do have that little ledge right there extra on this that you don't normally have on other cards. Then you're going to fold your second piece the same way. And again, this piece has a small edge as well, okay? Then you're going to take those small edges, one face down, which has your cutout on the front, and the other with the edge up so that you can see that the bigger edges to the back. Now we're going to glue those together just like that to create our card, and that's just going to give it so it will lay well into the trifold. Because if we try to make this card and we make it the same size, then it won't lay flat like we want it to, and this is just going to give it a little bit of substance. But you just want to kind of line them up, get them where they're good and flat, and then I'm just going to open this one up, and we're going to add our art glitter glue. If you're using tape or a tape runner, you can do that, but I'm just going to glue. This edge over. Just going to keep it straight. Keep your edges all good and straight, straighter than me. There we go. And that's going to help create your trifold card. That little smudge is making me crazy. So, I'm going to get my glue eraser and see if I can't get it off of there. There we go. It's not perfect, but it did take it off. There we go. So the next step, you have this panel, and this panel is going to go right here. Okay? And then you're going to put another one right here. So like so. Oops, you know what? I folded that the wrong way. I apologize. So you say, wait a minute, that's not right. There we go. So one is going to go on the inside, and this is where you can write your sentiment, and this is where our other stuff is going to go. So we just want to line that up in there. I'm using art glitter glue. You can use this, or you can use reptile glue, whatever works for you. I am having a lot of trouble today keeping my cardstock straight. There we go. And then we're going to fold this one in. There we go. Just like so. And I should have backed mine off just a tiny bit more because I folded it wrong. Make sure you fold yours the right way so you don't have that problem. But if you did do it, there is a way to fix that. And I'm just going to take my card because I did mine incorrectly. And I'm just going to use my trimmer and just trim a little piece off. This is already done if you cut it in Design Space and do it correctly. Put it together correctly. There we go. I'm just taking the sliver off of it so that it will then lay flat. That's what you want. Okay? And then this piece is going to go on there. It's been a while since I've done one of these. You can tell, right? So, just going to plop that one on. Straight. And press that down. So now we have our trifold card. And now comes the fun part. We have to put in the fun pieces. Do I want to place that on there? I think that I do, but I don't know that I do. I think I do. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to close my card, and just to make sure that I get this in the right spot, and I like this smooth side better, just going to place it right inside that circle where it's cut out, and then let it pop up at me. And I'm just going to put a little glue on one edge and pop it down. Okay. Then I'll come in here, and that way I know it's exactly center. And you can skip this step. You don't have to put this piece on there. But my piece here didn't cut well, and I was trying to trim it up so I could get it out of the cardstock area, and it was off a little bit. So, but it just makes where my highlighted that green pop up just a tiny bit more. And now I'm just going to use a little pop dot on the back of this. And I get these from Close to My Heart as well. Foam dots. And I want to place that right in the center of my circle. I don't want it to interfere when it's opening and closing, and that should be fine. So then we have that little front piece right there. And then I have the fall. I'm looking for my smaller dots. There they are. These are the same. They come in the same pack. You get small ones and large ones. And I am just going to put a couple on the back. Of my letters. And then I'm going to place my letters on this cardstock. Now I had one unstuck already. Just get the paper. That's just going to give it some dimension here. So let's see. And you might just use one dot. You might use two like me. Totally up to you. Pulled my paper off of that one. So I'm going to go ahead and stick this guy like I did the other one. Onto the pennant. I'm missing a letter. I must it's here somewhere. There it is. I see it. Hiding under those leaves. And this is a cute way to share a memory of a past Thanksgiving or a Halloween. Oops, that one's off a little bit, but that's okay. Tons of things that you can do. Lots of fall memory pictures, Halloween pictures, anything like that that you want to share with a friend or family, or even a scrapbook page. This would be cute in your scrapbook page. You could do the same ones, have a matching. And now I need to line these up so that they are spaced well right across the front. And that looks pretty good to me. It wants to slide off. There we go. Flip your card over so that you can work with it. I think I want the green in the center. So I am going to start with my A and my L so that I get them right about center of the circle. And I'm still off a little bit, but oh well. This is the hardest part, is lining this up. Oh, that's okay, because I can put some dots over there. I'm just gonna go for it. Make sure I get them all lined up. Good and straight. If you can get yours in their center, now you can mark with a pencil and then erase it where these go. If you want them exact and you want the exact amount of space over here and over here. But I forgot I had my Nuvo drops out so that I could add some detail. So I didn't have to do that. So now we have all of those on there, and I'll do my dots last because we're still working with my card and I don't want to mess up my dots. Get rid of some papers. Okay, so now we have where our memories are going to go. And that's going to go right here, and this is where you're going to sign your sentiment. Now this one I'm not going to pop dot up because I don't want my card to be too thick. because it is the inside of the card, but I am going to angle it. Just pop it in there. And then I'm going to, I don't even remember how I had them laid out in the, I like that now. And of course yours won't have a tear in it, and mine's it's really not going to bother it. I did go over it with a Copic marker, so it just looks more vintage. I think I like that. And you don't have to use both leaves. Just going to go for it. Let your creative mind just take over. I'm just going to plop that one down. And then I'm just going to put some glue on the back of this one. Make sure you get the tail of that one. It's really thin, so you want that to glue down. You put a curve in it if you want. And then I'm just going to place that one right there. Placement is all up to you, however you want it, what looks good to you. I just want it to point over to the memories. Okay, and then your signature, and your remember this. And then we're just going to close that up. How cute is that? Super, super fun, super cute, super easy. And you can put something else down here if you want. You can sign a message and then sign your name over here. You have area to play. You can do some Nuvo drops on that. I just want mine to lay flat. So I am going to grab a paper clip, a clamp, anything that you have, a little clothespin. You can use anything. And I'm just going to hold that closed so that I don't open it up after I put my Nuvo drops on there. And I'm still trying to decide what color I like this. So these are liquid pearls, and you can get those from, oh, I really like that green. You can get the liquid pearls in several different colors from Close to My Heart as well, or Amazon, scrapbook.com. There are links down below for everything. They're just called liquid pearl. So I'm just putting a few drops out here to see which one I like best with these colors. I'm really liking the green and the bronze. And then this one, these are Nuvo drops, and you can get those from scrapbook.com or Amazon. This is Moroccan red. And I'm just not happy with that color. That's too pinky for me. I like to do 2 or 3 drops just so I can get a good visual. And that glitter is a good color, but it's too glittery for me for this. I think, I don't know, maybe I'm going to skip that. I think I'm going to go with the green. I'm going to do like 3, maybe 4 dots. Right here. About 5. Oh, pretty. Do that. And then maybe you might want to take some of your bronze ones and come in here and maybe just go on these dots here. I got some a little bit bigger than this one. I'll beef him up a little bit. That looks pretty good. Pretty, pretty, pretty. So I used the Sage Liquid Pearls and the Rose Gold Pearls is what I ended up using. Super pretty. Let me see if I can darken this when I get closer. It wants to wash out, and we don't want it to wash out for you guys. Ooh, it's getting worse. I'm going the wrong way. That's why. There we go. Sorry about that, guys. But there you go. You can see those pearls on there. And again, you can add a few to the inside if you want. Totally up to you how you decorate your card up. But go ahead, make your cards, post them in the group, and let's see what you came up with. I hope this concludes this video. If you have any questions on your print and cut, please be sure to ask in the groups and we'll help you out. If you have any questions about where to get any of the products or can't find them from the links below, message me and I'll be happy to help you. You have a wonderful day and thanks for watching. Don't forget